It's not toy to turn this into a drag race.
go from wine country, virtual Sonoma Raceway on iRacing as we get ready for race number 5 of the TI Marion Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram Gen 4 Series. Road racing for the one time each and every season for both the Gen 4 and the Truck Series as we get ready to go here tonight from the 1.9 mile, 7, I'll make that 11 turn, or 10 turn, something like that, I forget the turns, Sonoma course, as we will run the historic, or now, again, Cup course that they are running here tonight. Take a look at the point standings as we enter this race. Kyle Ethier, I believe this is accurate. Let me double check this. It's not accurate, of course. I thought I had it updated, but apparently I didn't. See what happens when I focus on other stuff. My apologies in advance. There we go. Stephen Miles leads Randy Cornwell by 8. Alex Bryson, Kyle Ethier, and Nick Uricchio all within 12 points. So still within the fight here. Whitaker hanging on by a thread. And after that, we start getting into the cars that are kind of falling out more and more as the season goes on here. But still plenty of races to go after tonight as we pretty much go into the second half of the season. Take a look at the starting lineup here from the Sonoma Raceway. As mentioned, it's Brandon Alphin who, surprisingly, sarcasm there, is on the pole alongside Casey Carrington, another good road racer. Logan Hamilton, David Feit there in row number 2. Alex Bryson, Stephen Miles in row number 3. Ryan Whitaker, Craig Martin, row 4. Row 5 sees Kyle Ethier and Nick Uricchio. Stephen Melnick and Randy Cornwell, they will take row number 6. Row 7, Casey McCann and Dallas Childers. Aaron Beaver, Chris Lewis, and Sean Lester going to be the 17 cars to grid. Hang on one second, guys. What's going on? Yeah, enjoy them. Everybody, go to your F3 and turn them on. Somebody want to let Sean Lester know you guys have rolled off? All right, so apparently a mistake was made, and they have all resets tonight. So I just went in there and told them to turn them all on so that they can use them. Take advantage of them. Have fun with them. Why not? Let's grab Brandon really quickly here. And actually, you know what? Let's not, because he's about to get to the green flag here, of course. In tonight's race, that'll be 30 laps, 35% fuel. I have no clue what that'll be fuel-wise. Well, it should be 10 laps, or close to 10 laps, because you can go about 30 to 35 at Sonoma. 33% of 30 is 10. So we'll call it 8-5. We'll call it 7 to 12, somewhere in that range tonight. As pace car going to pull in, I hope Sean Lester has pulled away. He has. Okay, good. Because he was sitting over there. As we get ready to go racing here at Sonoma. It's race number 5 of the TI Marion Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram Gen 4 Series from Sonoma. Here we go. Good start for Alphin. Hamilton going to go to second. And Dallas Childers is already wrecked with Aaron Beaver. Again, they have resets, so they can go use them. Our cameras tonight presented by TrackCams22.com. You check them out online on Facebook and in the iRacing forums at TrackCams22.com. Alphin pulling away to a 1-second lead over Carrington already. Hamilton, Bryson, Whitaker, Stephen Miles, Kyle Ethers, they work their way through the S's here. A very technical session here and through the fastest part of the track, which is right here. And if the gearing is set up right, the only portion of the track you probably hit fourth gear is right there. All the rest of this, it's pretty much second and third gears. Chris Lewis has had an incident, and he's already towing back to the pits. That's what, 3 cars already with issues as they come through turn 11, turn 12 to the start-finish line. Alfin leading lap 1. Since this is a road race, I'll go ahead and throw the track map up there for you. You can see where everybody's running right now. They go up through the turn 3 and 3A portion of the track before they go to turn 4, which is the part of the track that was installed back in 2000 that made kind of a shortcut past the carousel. Of course, the carousel they ran for the 50th anniversary a couple seasons, last couple of seasons, I should say. And then they went back to the traditional NASCAR circuit that has been going on for about 20 years or so, 2 years ago. AC Carrington in this number 14 car. The man behind the pedals, by the way, or behind the I could have swore he told me he made a camera for the pedals, but apparently he didn't. John Lester right up there as he got going. Unfortunately, going to go a lap down here really quickly if he can't get himself up the pace. There's your points leader, Stephen Miles, putting pressure on Ryan Whitaker for the 6th position. Want to be able to, Lester pulls over and lets the leaders go by. Classy move there. They go over the hill through the last part of the S, as I mentioned, pretty much up to 4th gear at that point. There's Aaron Beaver already with some damage, unfortunately, from the Dallas Childers wreck, as Dallas has gone off and towed to pit road, so it'll be the second one out of the race, it looks like. There's the 15 of David Fite, the Skull Bandit Chevrolet. A little throwback to the old Jackson Motorsports teams. Of course, the Jackson brothers owning both cars. One was driven by Harry Gant, the other one Phil Parsons for a little bit. Alfin just ran his fastest lap that time by, so the tires get up to temp. About a half second faster in the field. As I continue to bring this up every road race, the man has a road IR and SR of like 300. But yet, he goes out here and does well on road courses. It befuddles me. As Melnick going off over in the S's. Gets it back on track. Basically, if you can keep the car on the track, you can almost guarantee yourself a top 10 finish for the most part. If not a top 12, 13. I mean, you see already 2 cars off the track totally, and 1 car is 2 laps down. The biggest thing you can do is just keep on trucking. As here's Casey McCann as he puts pressure on Eurykio. Enrico getting out of the way, letting McCann go by. Sometimes that's the way to do it. You just let those guys go on by, and you know they're faster. Just let them go and see what you can get. Just do the best you can. On board with Alex Bryson here. Let's throw the telemetry up here for a second, and let's see what we got here. Second gear. Keeps the wheel spin from happening right there. Still going to happen with the high horsepower. Short shifts up to third. Back to second up here. Turn 3 and 3A. Should stay second gear. Maybe to third here. Coming to 4. Nope. Keeps it in second. Brings it over here. Maybe hop the curve to help the car turn. You can maybe stay second gear all the way here too. Nope. Goes to third. Back to second. Maybe first even here. And then right here, he'll go back to third. Short shift. Yep. Stay in third through the S's. He'll let off the throttle right here a little bit. And then coming into the fastest part of the track right here. This is where he should go to fourth gear. Yep, right there. I mean, this track predominantly is a second, third gear track in the Cup car. Now, obviously, in today's Cup car, a little bit of a different story. Oop, wrong button. All right, so we should be coming up on pit stops here in just a moment. And should mention this is the Marion Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram Cup Series. And Marion Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram based out of the Marion, North Carolina area. Check out their website at marioncdjr.com as you can get free fuel for a year for free. You can get all the details while supplies last and more at marioncdjr.com. It's right there on the main part of the website. You can click on it and get all the information you need there. And also different offers and incentives and stuff. Again, make sure you check out the website for all the details. So Alfin leads by 2.1 seconds over Casey Carrington. Logan Hamilton 4.6 back. Now in third, Alex Bryson is 9.9. Make that 10 seconds back. But he's only got a second before you see that 15 car of David Fite, who's having a good run. So these guys have to make it to lap 10. If they can get to 10, then we get a 2-stop race. If not, we're looking at a 3-stop race to the finish. So it depends on how much these guys have used on fuel, how much shifting they've done, because believe it or not, the higher the gear you stay in, the less fuel you burn because the RPM stay low. Short shifting and all that stuff, which this track, obviously, with the worn tires, helps you out with, plays a big role. Bryson doing a pretty good job there. Stephen Miles, and then back here, Ryan Whitaker, the Raisin Brand Chevrolet, Big Papa, if you will. Running 7th right now. Oh, Beaver's gone off over here in the S's. Oh, he's got more. Oh, no. He must have a broken tire or something. Yeah, he's going to jump to the pit. So, unfortunately for Aaron. And there goes Melnick going wide as one car. Was that Casey blinking? Appreciate a couple viewers watching tonight. Hit that subscribe button if you're new to the channel. If you're not, then appreciate you coming back and enjoying some Tuesday night road racing. course, it'll be the same Thursday night. Just going to double check the track. I want to make sure it is Sonoma before I say anything more. But I believe it is. It is Sonoma coming up here for Thursday night for the Truck Series also. Logan Hamilton here, third position at 27 car. Some good road racing experience there for him. Of course, I think last time we ran a road race here last season, it was Logan that dominated and took it to victory lane. But obviously, Brandon Alphin doing a good job here as Sonoma seems to be a specialty track. And Casey Carrington only 3 seconds back, doing a pretty good job in that 14 car. Strategy going to come into play. I would think everybody's going to come to pit road right here. If not extended out a lap or so, but the fuel window is open. They often stays out. Carrington comes in. That's how you do it, the undercut. Now, this is the tricky part. Look at this. A very narrow turn 11 here. And there's where you got to get to, I think it's 35 miles an hour. Hamilton, Bryson, all these guys on pit road. So they're going to try the undercut here on Brandon. Should be 4 tires and fuel for everybody here. You got 3 sets of tires, so you have the tires for the whole race. As Bryson leaves the pits now also, Miles leaving pit road, Ryan Whitaker is in, Craig Martin on pit road, and he's got a little bit of left front damage on that 22, or 222 I should say. And now here comes Brandon. So let's see if these guys can go a little bit faster on those tires, if they can undercut off in here. Brandon had to pull some kind of a Michael Schumacher, Sebastian Vettel type of last lap thing to pull this off. Be 4 tires and fuel. Kyle Ethier right now second. He's still yet to pit and is not coming in yet. Carrington in the 14 car coming through turn 12 right now to the start finish line. And Brandon's going to get him out of pit road. So nice job by Alphin with a 14.93. Actually had a faster pit time out of these guys. So first cycle of pit stops done. As Carrington comes up on the back of Kyle Ethier here in a battle for third. As David Feit is still the leader. He has not pitted either. Now I'm starting to wonder, did Feit... Did he save fuel, and is he going to try to make this a one-stopper? That'd be amazing if so. Hamilton right here on the back of Carrington. As now Ryan Whitaker's off track. Looks like maybe spun over there in the turn 11 section. Let's see what happened to the Raisin Brand car here. Locks up the right front. He just kissed the left front. He's okay. He just took the long way around. All right, fight's on pit road, so there goes that one stopper I was talking about. He made it 12 laps. I was going to say, that would be pretty impossible to pull off, but credit to him if he did it. So that's going to hand the lead back to Brandon Alphin. Now these cars all getting bonus points for leading a lap. And of course, Alphin's led the most here so far in this race as we come up on a halfway point here in 2 laps already. And Carrington still trying to hold off Logan Hamilton here for a second. Ooh, Logan got a little free there over 3A. Down into turn 7, which sets up the S's. Alphin has just walked away. The only thing he cannot do right now is make a mistake. And he could be working on his second straight win. Oh, McCann with issues. Kyle Ethier on pit road now. That is lap 14 for him. I don't know if he's trying to one-stop this thing, but I don't think it's possible. There goes the Pepsi Star Wars car. May the force be with him as he tries to one-stop this thing potentially to the finish. So David Feit and Kyle Ether are going to have the freshest tires out of the bunch. I mean, tires do play a role at Sonoma. But the problem is there's such a separation in lap time that it really sometimes doesn't make a difference unless you're like as fast as the leader is. All right, so let's show you where everybody is on track here as we get to halfway point. This time, there's Brandon Alphin. He has led the majority of this race, obviously outside of pit stops. Oh, never mind. Ryan Whitaker's crashed over here in turn 1. And he's still trying to hold on to the car. Randy Cornwell is actually on pit road right now, along with Eurykio. Now, this could be a one-stopper for these guys, as they're pitting for the first time right now at lap 15. So Brandon leads, so maybe it is possible to one stop, but you're just unfortunately going to lose a lot of speed, I think, trying to save fuel. Casey Carrington, 6.8 seconds back here in the second position. Logan Hamilton was battling there with Casey, got a little free through 3A last time by. He is third, 8.2 seconds back. They go all the way back to Alex Bryson, fourth position here, 20 seconds back as he comes up on Nick Uricchio. Stephen Miles, 25, make that 26 seconds back. That is him there in the 24, running fifth. David Feit got it within a second here of the 24. Might actually have a battle here in a second. We'll come back to this, but David running sixth, Ryan Whitaker seventh. Cal Ethier just made his pit stop there, 58 seconds back in the eighth position right now. Craig Martin, the 222 car, runs in the ninth position. He is actually the last car on the lead lap as of right now. And then Uricchio in the 11th position, or 10th position right now, one lap down. He has got Casey McCann on his tail, trying to pass in for position here. Randy Cornwell, second in points, unfortunately struggling on a road course. Running into 12th position now, a lap down. Aaron Beaver, 13th. And in the rest of the cars, Melnick. And actually, Melnick's just coming back on track. Sean Lester in the 15th position. Dallas Childers, Chris Lewis off the track. And let's go back to, well, let's do this battle here because the other one is kind of separated out a little bit as McCann goes underneath Uricchio for 10th. Pretty quick pass there for the 36th. Oh, that's, well, they're right between the other battle I was looking at. The 24 miles, the 15 a fight. It's a sandwich. Ooh, McCann. Got everybody all checked up there. Fight had to go off the track to avoid the 36. Had to take the long way around. And here comes Carrington to pit road at 12 to go. He's going to do the reverse strategy here. Trying anything he can to undercut Brandon Alphin. And I kind of like this move because with the fresher tires, he might be able to outrun Alphin. This actually could force Brandon to pit road here. Let's see if he takes tires. He's going to. So 4 tires and fuel, which shouldn't be much fuel for the 14. I think this does force the hand of Brandon's. Ryan Whitaker also on pit road. Yep, but here comes Brandon. So just like I thought. As he comes to pit road, 12 laps to go. Logan Hamilton coming to pit road. Bryson and Miles. So that hands the lead now to David Feit, who just actually went by Brandon Alphin right there. So that's how much of a lead Brandon has created over some of these cars. He almost got out of the pits and is still right there. as this battle's gone back close again. Hamilton back to Carrington. Both in a battle on the older tires here. Ooh, Hamilton got 2 off. Just takes one mistake and things could change in this race. You can hear the car is not even getting a full throttle. Hamilton, good turn 4. Here he comes. As somebody's spinning back there behind these two. I think that's Eurykio. Oh, there goes KT off the track. And here comes Logan. Oh, 3 wide into 11. Logan put Casey in a bad spot there and took the spot. David Fight on pit road now. 9 laps to go. Stephen Miles on pit road. That's your points leader right there. Miles trying to get himself another championship. He's got left front damage now. He's got right side damage too. He's hit a couple things here in the last couple laps. So this battle is not over yet, by the way. Logan. Carrington right there with him still. As I mentioned, Thursday night, the Truck Series here from Sonoma. And then we go back to the ovals. As we'll go to Michigan coming up next week to kick off the month of October. 3 races left. Michigan, Dover for the Gen 4, and Talladega, where the Dover race, I kind of stressed that one because that week the trucks will be at Nashville, actually, the fairgrounds. The view that Brandon Alphin wants to see. Nobody behind him putting pressure on him and just out here logging laps. 8 laps to go and could end up back-to-back in victory lane. And now 7 laps to go. Riccio gives Brandon plenty of room here, and they head into turn 7. Brandon has actually ran the fastest lap of the race right there, a 1:17.10. Let's check this out. As Eurykio has caught the back of Randy Cornwell here, it's going to be for 10th. David Fite taking the highway around to get around these guys. That was going to be a battle for position, but Fite had to get through there. As he tries to gain time up there on Alex Bryson, unfortunately 15 seconds ahead. Now, what happened to Miles? He fell back to 8th here. I don't know if that damage was a required repair, maybe? Or what the deal was, but Miles back to 8th right now, and he's probably just hoping this race would end. He's not going to gain many points on Cornwell right now, only 2. Neither of them have led laps, I believe. And unfortunately, they're too far back now, and there's no more pit stops coming, so if they haven't led a lap now, they're not going to tonight. And it'll simply be a 2-point gain for Miles over Cornwell coming out of Sonoma. Carrington keeping it within 0.7 of a second here, down to 0.6, down to 0.5. We hit 5 laps to go. You can hear the short shifting going on now, as there's just so much wheel spin in these cars. The best way to counter wheel spin is to get it into a higher gear to get the RPMs down. Eurykio trying to hold off, or trying to catch Cornwell again here, as they're going to battle for the 9th, make that 10th position here. There you see Nick there behind him. Sean Lester just trying to get out of everybody's way. Classy move on his part. Hard to do when you're going off track the whole way without wrecking or something. Of course, every time we come to Sonoma, this is the name right here. This guy is the one that comes up. There's something about the rhythm of this track. Now, not to take away from other tracks. He runs well at multiple different tracks. But here, he seems to have a niche for it. Sounds like some contact between Carrington maybe and someone here a second ago. Oh, Eurykio. Oh, geez. Or, I'm sorry, Aaron Beaver. Carrington trying to get up there to Logan. And open up that lead now to, what, 2.8 seconds. So that might have been all for Carrington to get to Logan Hamilton. Matter of fact, both battles that we were watching now have pulled away, and we've actually starting to get another one here potentially. As Miles trying to catch Ryan Whitaker. Ooh, Whitaker took it a little wide there. That might hurt him. Looked like he was a little hot coming over that hill. And he's got Kyle Ether right here in front of him. That's a battle for 6. So now 3 cars battling for 1 position with 2 laps to go here. Whitaker gets around Ether. So does Miles. Kyle actually, that might be Kyle saving fuel, is what that is. Remember, Kyle's only pitted once. A couple of these cars have only pitted once. These guys will get to the line. There'll be 2 to go, but Alphin is coming through turn 10 right now as Miles gets a run. We'll watch this battle here. Let's see if any others show up here in the next second or so. Miles within a second. Whitaker goes deep as Alphin takes the white flag. Final lap here at Sonoma. Alphin up through turn 4 here and going into the 7 right now as we watch, see if Miles can do anything here with Whitaker. It's about a half-second separation. They're both going hard here. Oh, Whitaker went wide and Miles got him. Brandon Alphin had a helter-skelter of a weekend. His Louisville Cardinals got himself a big win. His Dallas Cowboys lose to the Arizona Cardinals. But in the end, he's still the mayor of Sonoma, as Alphin wins again in wine country. Hamilton second, Casey Carrington third. And, oh, there he goes. There's the plunge. See if Bryson does it. The old Sonoma plunge. If you do it right, you can fly over the fence. David Fike top 5 here. And after a pretty fierce battle there, those last couple laps. Miles going to finish 6th. And I think we can go ahead and guarantee that Ryan Whitaker's about to send this thing flying. So watch this. Oh, nope. He's going to park right at the start-finish line, I guess. He had enough of this place. He gone. I thought he would take that thing flying. Oh, one car spinning in the back. That might be off and doing donuts. It is. Kyle Ether made the one stopper work. Good for him. As Brandon burns it up. Two straight wins for this 28 car. Well, I've got an interesting one for him when he comes up to the victory lane here to talk in a second. As he burns it down, let's take a look at the final results here from Wine Country. As Alphin wins it by 12 over Logan Hamilton, Casey Carrington third, Alex Bryson fourth, and David Fight ends up fifth, Stephen Miles sixth, Ryan Whitaker seventh, Kyle Ethier eighth, Craig Martin and Randy Cornwell end up the top 10. Good finish for Randy. Eurykio finishes 11th, Aaron Beaver 12th, Stephen Melnick 13th, Sean Lester, Katie McCann, Dallas Childers, Chris Lewis, your 17 racers. And for Miles, it looks like it'll be a 4-point gain over Randy Cornwell officially. And let's talk to the drivers from the top three here. As we start with Carrington, who goes to P3. Of course, a tough battle there with you and Logan throughout the race. And unfortunately, just a little situation there coming out of turn 7 cost you a chance at second there at the end. But still a good top 3 finish for a pretty solid road course guy.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not really happy with third at all. I mean, I should have been second, but yeah, I mean, I screwed up bad on the first out lap. I didn't expect the cold tires to make that much of a difference, and I lost probably 3 or 4 seconds up there in the uphill. I guess turn 2 or turn 3 or whatever, and that pretty much closed all the closed the gap to Logan that I'd made up on him in that entire first run. But yeah, and then I just caught traffic the rest of the race, just the worst possible spots. I mean, Logan was able to get around me with a using my own teammate as a pick, and that just was one of those things. I didn't know that was Melnick as I was passing him, or else I would have been directing him on where to go and all that. But yeah, I mean, this is about where I finished or expected to finish coming into the night. I didn't expect to be as close to Hamilton as I was in terms of pace, because I'd seen them dominate some road races I think in this league before. But I mean, still frustrating to qualify second, run second most of the race, and then wind up P3.
Yeah, I was going to say that can understand the frustration there at a track that's very tough and very technical. I mean, this is not the easiest of road courses. I mean, I think everybody would prefer Watkins Glen over this thing.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it'd be easy to make the argument about me and Kyle and Craig and everybody that ran Friday night at Watkins Glen, but there was really nothing to carry. I mean, this is just this car and this track. It used to be one of my favorite combos, but now it's absurd. Man, I was recommending to Craig and Melnick just to run around the whole lap in fourth gear. I was like, that might cost you a second or two a lap, but hell, if you go off track, it's going to cost you like 5 seconds. So.
Right. Well,
Yeah, I mean, it's a tough combo, and it really separates the good drivers from the ones that struggle. Because I mean, hell, look at Alphin. I mean, he was running 16s in practice. That was half a second faster than my all-time optimal. So.
Not to mention, I was riding on board with you a little bit, and what were you running about 7,000 RPM before you'd shift? I mean, you were literally short shifting to keep the wheel spin.
Oh yeah. I mean, I was spending more time probably between gears than I was in second gear coming out of the hairpin there. But I mean, there's only maybe about, at least for me, there's only maybe about 20% of the track where you're actually full throttle wide open at this place. I mean, it's just you feel like you got oil on your tires. But yeah, I mean, still, a good run. It was fun.
There you go, man. Well, great job tonight. Send some shout-outs.
Yeah, shout out to you and the other Chris for putting on the league. Shout out to everybody that watched, and shout out to the 2 that finished ahead of me for making less mistakes. Hey, I had nothing for Alfred unless he screwed up. He was pretty much going to have to bury it in those tires and the hairpin for me to have a chance on him. But yeah, it was a good battle with Logan, and he made the move at the right time and was able to stay out in front.
There you go, man. Well, great job.
Thank you.
All right, buddy. Casey Carrington finishing third. Send him down to a Showtime team as we get our runner-up finisher, Logan Hamilton, who you could argue is probably one of the best road racers in the series, but unfortunately, when it comes to Sonoma, you ran into the Alphin train.
Yeah, that was not good. I had no grip the whole time. I was just fighting it, and it was lucky I kind of was just barely able to stay with with Casey and good enough to force him into a couple mistakes and then get past him.
Talk about the race out there. Obviously, I mean it's tough out there. Sonoma got a track that eats up tires, and of course you got 35% fuel trying to make it 10 laps, and just trying to put whatever kind of strategy you can do to get the best finish.
Yeah, I was just kind of trying to do whatever I could to not wreck. I missed turn one a couple times, almost wrecked there, and it was just just fighting to live really, and whatever came with that was bonus. So
Well, good
sorry.
effort tonight, man. And obviously, you finished second here on the road course. Get a chance again Thursday night here at Sonoma in the truck. So send some shout outs whoever you like to, Bo.
Just big shout out to Marion Krisha Daji Pram, to iRacing, all my teammates. Shout out to Alphin. He kicked our butts tonight. Um, Hopefully I can do that on Thursday in a car that has a bit more grip and have a bit better shot at actually being able to race.
And also a shout out to Logan Hamilton's hero, Dan Campbell. Anyways,
Yes,
good
or
job, bud.
Lions. Thank you.
As Logan Hamilton finishes in the second position for him. As let's talk to our winner, Brandon Alphin, who goes to victory lane here tonight. As he is the mayor of Sonoma, if you will. Congratulations to you, Brandon. Another dominant effort here tonight, and just back in your backyard again, huh?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I think I got my second win in a race you broadcast was at Sonoma. I know my first was Indy, but always it really don't matter whether it's in a truck or a car. I always like coming to Sonoma for whatever reason. I've just kind of gotten accustomed to it and just always had speed here, and so I always enjoy when I see Sonoma on the schedule.
Yeah, obviously, strategy wise, you went out there and just completely dominated and were able to kind of pick your moments, come to pit road and that kind of thing. That's got to be a good feeling to have a track like that.
Yeah, I was a little worried. I mean, because typically, I know I was talking with Logan, he's who's on our team.
Mm-hmm.
Most of the times, I feel like if you short pit at a road course, you're going to gain the guy who short pits gains a little bit of time and stuff. But I felt like I was having good pit entries there as well, and being quick. And I think I actually gained a little bit on Casey and Logan the couple of times we pitted. So I kind of was really just playing off him. I thought about maybe running it out, but then I was like, well, he kind of made the decision for me. So it was a nice feeling to come out and see, look at your relative and see. I think it was 6 seconds or somewhere around there, and just kind of make sure you got to hit your marks.
How tough was it out there managing the tires and the gearing and all that stuff to keep all this horsepower down?
Yeah, it was the setup I noticed in practice. I mean, really, even being in third gear, it seemed like it kind of you were able to get out of the corners. I know there was some typically if you're in a truck, you might be down in second, but there were some of them like I know the turn one going up the hill and right there, I wasn't getting below third gear there, and typically in a truck, you're in second, so. It wasn't too bad. I mean, the car you just had to pretend there was an egg underneath the throttle because it would be pretty slick out there if you're trying to gas it up too much, and then the tires, I think a lot. I always go back. I think it was Robbie Gordon. Did Robbie Gordon win Watkins Glen? And I think it was 01 in the 31
Oh
Lowe's car.
gosh, 01 was Jeff
It's
Gordon,
all,
I believe. He won. He did win at Sonoma in 01,
the,
I believe
well,
it was.
it was because I always go back. I like watching those
Right.
races from the time when I was growing up, and that's what they always talk about. The main thing too on road courses is just not trying to slide the car. I know for me, the beginning of the race is always the hardest on road courses because everybody's all bunched up and just trying to kind of get in a rhythm, and not really try to slide the car. I mean, you're going to have some here and there. You can't be perfect, but for the most part, just try to keep the tires cool. And I felt like though, I mean, I guess there was more tire wear as more tire wear got on the track. I felt like as the race got on, I thought it was going to get hotter. I felt like it was actually getting better track wise. So, like I said, it was a good run, and I always enjoy coming back to Sonoma.
And a side note there, good weekend for the Cardinals.
Hey, we're watch out now. We're 4-0. The Florida State's looking good too. So the weird thing is they don't play this year.
I was talking about Arizona.
Oh, you. Oh, hey, that's all right. That's all right.
Steven, what do you think of that?
Fly, Eagles, fly on the road to
Oh, man.
victory.
My blood pressure's going up now.
Uh-oh.
We had to hack you for winning tonight, so good job.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
Oh, you got to give shout-outs, don't you?
Yeah, I'll give a shout out to Marion Chrysler Dodge, and give a shout out to you, Skylar. Also, like I said, I think I tell you every time. I just want to make sure you know that we appreciate everything you do, and then also give a shout out. We had a good run. I think our whole team was. I think Miles finished 5th or 6th. I think it was. So we had a good showing for the team, and that's pretty much it.
Shout out to Josh Dobbs, to everyone in Arizona.
I mean, I think they were feeling themselves a little too much. But hey, we're on. That one's over. We're on to next week. They still got a chance to win the Super Bowl, right? It's only week 4.
There you go, buddy. Congrats, and go celebrate. We'll see you Thursday.
All right, appreciate it. Thanks, Chris.
All right, buddy. Brandon Alphin, the winner here tonight at the Sonoma Raceway, and congratulations to him as he continues to be the mayor of wine country. So maybe you ought to try wine. I don't know if he has or not. But anyways, we go from there. Congrats to Brandon on getting the win. We'll come back Thursday here from Sonoma, get the Truck Series on. Of course, presented by Marion Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. Again, check out their website, marioncdjr.com. And, of course, while supplies last and all that good stuff, find a way to get free gas. Check their website out. You get the details there. And go find that Lewis guy while he's there. I'm sure he's working pretty hard. So as we go from there and head to Sonoma on Thursday here, and well, until then, I'm gonna go find somewhere, maybe go to the Golden Gate Bridge or something. I don't know. Anyways, enjoy the rest of your Thursday evening or Tuesday evening. We'll see you on Thursday. And always remember, this isn't just a game; it's iRacing. See ya.